anything you want to say, man?
Janice David was a beautiful 34-year-old resident of Baton Rouge, Louisiana. She was described by a friend as a loving and caring aunt and a true country girl. Although Janice suffered from drug addiction, her friends say that she was taking all the right steps to get help. But before she could overcome her addictions, her life would be viciously cut short. It began on the Monday afternoon of April 18th, 2022, when Janice was on the street of South Sherwood Forest in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. She was on Instagram Live with her believed to be boyfriend, 35-year-old Earl Lee Johnson Jr. The two were sitting in a BMW that Earl had stolen, and the two had been on a drug binge that lasted 3 to 4 days. While sitting in the car, Earl began to accuse Janice of trying to steal drugs from him, and she agreed and mutters that she had tried to take them. After this, Earl forcefully kept Janice in the car and began hitting and choking her before grabbing the first thing within reach, which was a knife that he had wrapped in an orange cloth around the handle, and he began to repeatedly stab Janice on Instagram Live. He stopped for a moment and said, "Stealing my shit? Jump out of the car with drugs?" Then he continued his outburst before stabbing Janice in the leg. The live stream lasted for about 15 minutes, but before it ended, Janice could be heard pleading with Earl to stop. After the live stream ended, someone watching reported the incident to Facebook, who then reported the incident to the Louisiana State Police. After ending the live, Earl used jumper cables to tie Janice's hands to the steering wheel, and he also took off her clothes. After this, he set the car on fire before running away and stealing the car of a nearby resident who reported the auto theft. Hours later that night, the Baton Rouge police will find Janice's naked and lifeless body in the partially burned out BMW a little before 10 p.m., with her hands tied to the steering wheel. The next day, Earl was spotted in the stolen vehicle, and a short police chase ensued and ended with Earl having to be taken to the hospital for minor injuries after being detained and before being booked into the East Baton Rouge Parish Prison. Upon his arrest, Earl was originally charged with theft of a motor vehicle and aggravated flight from a police officer. This was before the Baton Rouge police discovered he was the man on the live. Upon discovering this, Earl was questioned by the police about the incident and he quickly confessed. After this, he was charged with one count of first-degree murder for the murder of Janice David, along with his previous charges, and is currently being held without bail. A background check on Earl Johnson Jr. showed he was a native of Louisiana, and he had previously been found guilty on 2 counts of armed robbery, 1 count of possession of stolen firearms, and 3 counts of contraband in 2005, and was given a total of 25 years for these charges. Earl completed his sentence and was released from prison on January 27th, 2022. When he was released from prison, Earl was never put on probation nor parole since he had finished serving all of his sentence.